Hey guys, what up? It's Kev. So, I'm going to walk you through a simple way to get a custom paint job going on Iracing using paint.net. I know there's a couple tutorials out there for people using Photoshop, for people using GIMP, but there's nothing paint.net specific. So, let's get into it. Here we go. So, I've just opened paint.net. I've downloaded the Chevy SS template from Iracing. And now, if you look over here on the right-hand side, you'll see all the layers. Now, all the car patterns are patterns that are going to have to be deleted or modified. I just think it's easier to just get rid of them all. It's less cluttered. So, over here in this, I've already deleted all of the, I guess, Iracing stock kind of paint jobs. So, all I'm left with here is, you know, the base color, the roll ball colors, you know, the parts, the Iracing stamps, things like that. I've turned the wireframe on just because I think it's a little easier to kind of make a paint job with the frame on. It just, I don't know. It makes it a little easier to center images and stuff like that. So, just for an example, I've took Finn from Adventure Time. I've deleted the background just using the magic wand. It was just a white background. So just highlight the background, delete it. And that leaves me with just Finn. So I'm going to go over here to Edit, Select All, Edit Copy. And then I'm going to go back to my base layer. And I'm going to edit, and I'm going to paste this into a new layer. Now, all you got to do is make sure that whatever you're painting is above your base layer. If it's below the base layer, obviously you won't see it. Now, right here, as I'm resizing the image, you see that Finn is kind of hiding behind the taillights. That's one thing that you got to watch out for when you're painting with kind of paint.net or any kind of custom paint job for Iracing, is that when you join a practice session, a test session, a race, the Iracing is going to stamp the car parts on the car, no matter how you paint it. So even though, let's say I wanted Finn's face above the parts on this car, I could technically move that layer all the way up above the parts, and yes, it will be above the brake lights in paint.net or in my, you know, saved image or whatever. But as soon as I join a session, Iracing is going to stamp that car, and Finn's face now has a brake light over it. So, you can make as many layers as you want, you know, add as many shenanigans as you want on there, slap it all on there. Take your time. You know, if this Finn image didn't look as good, see, it looks a little blocky. Let's say there was, you know, a black outline that I was trying to get rid of. There's a bunch of effects that you can go in and kind of, you know, dull that stuff down a little bit. You could distort the image. I know blurs, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, the Gaussian blur, I'm a huge fan of. It doesn't take that much away from your image, but it definitely gets rid of the jagged edges if you're, you know, cutting something out from a picture or something. So, whatever, all well and good. You've painted your car, it looks great, you're happy with it, so let's save it. Let's export it and get it ready to go on Iracing, so everyone can be like, oh wow, that's a sick paint job. So, you go down here to Save As. That's going to pop up in the window. Well, actually, yeah, Save As. And we're going to name it as Chevy Paint 2016. And then Save As Type, we're going to want to change that to .tga. So then, once we hit Save, it's going to pop up with a new window, and it's going to say Bit Depth. For Iracing, oh, you know what? Before I export it, let's go and turn everything that we don't want on off. So, I'll put a link under the video of a picture of all the layers that you need turned off. I think it's like pretty much the parts, the license stripe, all that stuff, the mask, all that stuff can be turned off. Okay, so now we're ready. So save as a TGA file. And then, oh, yeah, we're going to go bit depth, 24-bit. We're going to go OK. Now, it's going to say we got to flatten this image because we have a whole bunch of layers open. It's fine. You could totally go back to the image later and undo the flattening operation after it's saved. But for now, we're going to say OK. I'm good to go. Now, if you just want to see the image, you don't want anybody else to see it when you're racing, you can just save it into your Iracing paint you go to your documents. Let's do it together, shall we? Just so there's no confusion. Documents. It should say like iRacing. This is not my iRacing PC, so forgive me while I search for my folder. iRacing, there it is. Paint, cars, stock cars. I forget which car the SS is. Is it Chevy 2 COT? I think it might be Chevy 2 Chevy. So these are everyone's paint jobs in there. So you just save it in there and you're good to go. You'll see it. You'll love it. Nobody else will. If you want to upload it to a trading paints or something like that, they'll take care of all the rest for you. Other than that, you got any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks for checking out my video. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.